Shaq went to Miami, just like
Yeah, but you can't use that one
nah.
because Shaq went to Miami. Wait? He got traded. Where did he get traded to? He got traded to Miami.
I thought he signed to Miami.
Well, who did he get traded to when he left the Lakers? Because that's why he said that's why he left the Lakers because they wasn't gonna pay him the money.
Yeah, he was a free agent that year. I think he was a free agent that year. Yeah, I think he was a free agent that year. But even still, the similarities, there's a lot of similarities there.
It's not because
It is.
because he left at the end of his
It
career.
don't matter. But I'm saying.
Then, you saying LeBron to the Lakers?
No, to Miami. I'm just saying, yes. The fact that he went to Miami, the similarities of him going there. Now,
the only thing that's similar is that he went to Miami. They went to Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. It wasn't the same. Miami wasn't the same.
But it's similar because they both went to Miami.
They won a championship.
Who?
They won a championship too, didn't he? In Miami.
LeBron.
No.
Shaq, yeah.
With Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. So he joined Dwayne Wade. But
that lets you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Who really was the man down there?
That's what I'm saying is Shaq went to Miami, LeBron went to Miami.
Okay. That's where the similarity stops for me.
I mean, I didn't never say there was no other similarities in
why are we having this conversation?
Because I'm showing you the similarities between. I'm showing you.
But that's the only one. And they went to the same team.
But I'm talking about the two as like Shaq and LeBron, the similarities of both players, not just the Miami situation. I was going to go into detail.
My bad.
Yeah, let me finish.
I jumped the gun.
Right. So, all right, the Miami thing is out the way. Shaq is the most dominant player at his position. LeBron was the most dominant player at his position.
Okay.
They both averaged about like 20-something points. But Shaq kind of declined once he got later in his career, the later stages.
Yes.
LeBron don't like to practice, just like Shaq don't like to practice. Shaq relied a lot on Kyrie Irving in the fourth quarter.
Kobe.
Same thing for Shaq. The same thing for Kobe. They relied a lot on each other.
Go ahead.
Shaq, before Shaq went to the Lakers, he was carrying the load with the Magic. Before LeBron went to Miami,
he was carrying the load with Cleveland.
He was carrying the load with Cleveland. Now, it's much different nowadays. See, LeBron has a better all-around game. Then he has a better all-around game because it's the modern day.
Yeah.
And in terms of like, I think Shaq was a little more. He's very sensitive, you could tell, but he also has that alpha.
Yeah, he's an alpha. LeBron's an alpha.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
I think it's just to a certain extent. Like he's not no punk.
I ain't saying it. Not being an alpha doesn't mean you're a punk. Being an alpha means that you are the dominant one on the team in terms of not just on the court, but in terms of what goes on in the locker room. Just a dominant personality. And I don't see him, well, maybe off the court, I don't know. But on the court, for 3 quarters he can be, but then it's like something happens in the fourth quarter.
He need that Kobe.
Yeah, but if you're an alpha, you're an alpha.
But Shaq needed Kobe too. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but see,
Shaq needed. All right, look.
But he could be an alpha without. You had 2 alphas, and that's probably why they butted heads. Because, like he said, you have 2 alpha personalities. Now, depending on who is the most dominant on the court, at a certain point, it had to be Kobe because there were things that Kobe could do that Shaq could not do.
But that's what I'm saying.
And so,
It's the same concept because LeBron and Kyrie, they just broke up. They just split up apart. Now, they're going to tell you that it was other reasons.
Now,
it's like pushing to Kobe.
Now, my question becomes, because, see, before Kobe became Kobe, Shaq was still dominant. With LeBron,
he was still dominant.
He was dominant.
He's always been dominant since he came into the NBA.
Yeah, but something happens to him in the fourth quarter. And
same thing for Shaq. He needs Kobe in the fourth quarter. That's the whole thing. And then people will say, people will say,
Shaq didn't shy away from it. It's just that he made a determination that, okay, at some point, I got this.
He's gonna go to Shaq. He's gonna go to Kobe every time because Kobe can deliver in the fourth quarter, just like Kyrie could deliver in the fourth quarter, or just like Dwayne Wade could deliver in the fourth quarter.
But if he had to, he would do what he needed to do when the game. Because when you have somebody,
you're just trying.
No, I'm not. No. When you have no. In all honesty, you look at Shaq at that point, and during that time. That era of the game, when you have somebody that's 7 foot, whatever he is, that could move the way that he did and could do the things that he did because he was an agile big man until he got. Oh, wait a minute, let me finish.
It's LeBron.
But see, he wasn't afraid to mix it up. In the fourth quarter, if he had to.
No. He gonna go to Kobe every time. And then
I want you to look at it.
You just heard what he said, right? He told Kobe, he said, it was a lot of stuff. I could just depend on you. Like he couldn't, like during the summertime, he knew that he didn't have to get in shape because he had Kobe. And Kobe pointed his finger at him. He said, and that's exactly why. That's exactly my point why I was mad. And then another thing. The same way LeBron dominate in the finals, put all 30 points and triple doubles and all that, is the same thing that Shaq did in the finals. Shaq dominated too. But the person, Kobe, you can always go to Kobe in the fourth quarter the same way LeBron can always go to Kyrie.
So are you saying anything probably because I don't like the way LeBron play?
Yes. You let your dislike cloud your judgment, and you don't want. Because you know Shaq. No. The thing is this. You know that Shaq is a great player.
And maybe it's his personality too. Shaq is more.
I mean, they're pretty much the same people. Shaq is a outgoing, fun person, more lovable.
Wants to be loved.
Right. And then the same thing with LeBron. And then Kobe's
is
more
the serious one.
Yeah, he always
That's Kyrie.
Serious. Right, exactly.
Always serious. You know, he jokes, but you don't see the jokester, until, sometimes like after the game or.
And with Kobe will joke with you every now and then, but when it's like that's just like
during the game
right.
time. Once he got on the court,
he was sitting on the sideline one day. I mean, he was sitting on the bench, and Chris Rock was trying to say something to.
He was focused.
He was focused. You know what I'm talking about?
I heard about it.
You ain't seen the video. You probably seen it. You probably saw it.
Yeah.
Because Chris Rock was trying to talk to him, and he just ignored him. And they was like, "Kobe's serious. That's a serious look."
Because when he was at work, he was at work, and that was one thing I admired about him, is that when he was at work, he was at work. It was like, okay, we got to get this done, and then after it's over, okay, it's good. Before the game and during the game, you don't get much out of him.
And that goes back to I'm happy Shaq said what he said. It all come out. The summertime, I was eating, he's being lazy, not working out, not putting in the work. And Kobe was in the gym all the time.
But Barkley made an excellent point too, when he said, "What if you could have been better?" Mm-hmm. And Shaq is like, "Well, we won 3 out of 4. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but you probably could have added more to your career had you taken care of your body."
And not just that,
better.
That fourth, you can't tell me if y'all had better chemistry. Y'all lost that fourth one against the Detroit Pistons. You can't tell me if y'all didn't have chemistry and y'all was on the same page that y'all wouldn't have won that fourth one. in Detroit. And
was the last one?
Before he went to Miami.
So that's probably they probably deteriorated to the point where, you know, because you heard the rumors and you know, you try to deny it and act like, you know, everything's cool. But if it's getting to the point where, you know, because like I said, there's a difference between having an argument or debate, you know, a difference of opinion. That's not a beef. But when it gets to the point where you just don't get along, you know, you get on the court and it starts to affect your play, and you know, and it spreads to the rest of the team because you know that energy. You know, people feed off the energy that's of the alphas in the room.
And like I said, it was great that Shaq said what he said, how he was being lazy and wasn't doing what he was supposed to do over the summer.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, how everybody said Shaq, Curry, Kobe was a sidekick, and Kobe needed Shaq and all that.
It turns out it was the other way around.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you gotta think this is what I try to break down to people. They never analyze. When Kobe came into the league, it was totally different. When Kobe came into the NBA, he might have came out of high school. He was 17.
He had no clue.
And when he came into the NBA, Shaq was already a superstar. When he was with the Orlando Magic, he was already dominating. He was the man. So initially, it was Shaq's team. Kobe just coming in. You got Eddie Jones, who was already established. So you're not gonna come in and just get the keys and get free reign like LeBron did in Cleveland.
Right.
So the whole thing of the sidekick and riding the coattails, he just came into that situation. He didn't get the keys. He wasn't like already the man of his team. He
earned it.
He earned it. Came from off the bench, took Eddie Jones. Well, I don't know if he took Eddie Jones' spot, but
if he got Eddie Jones' spot, he took it.
Look, he took Eddie Jones' spot, and then he was still putting up big numbers after, like, I think when they was winning those championships, he was still putting up big numbers. Shaq told you he relied on him, and a lot of it was in the fourth quarter, just like LeBron and Kyrie.
Because he was so tired. By the fourth quarter, he wasn't nothing else he could do anyway.
Same thing with LeBron.
But that. Yeah.
The similarities is a lot of similarities.
They are, but
I think that LeBron James is the modern day Shaq. He's got a better all around game. And
in terms of game, nah. But in terms of yeah,
because all right, you gotta think about it. LeBron is a little bit smaller. He's 6'8", 250
he still dominated his position.
Right, and what I'm saying is he got the ball in his hands. Shaq didn't have the ball. He didn't, bring
the ball. He had to rely on somebody else.
Yeah.
Although sometimes he did, but he looked kind of crazy doing it. But the whole premise is that it starts with LeBron. And actually, that they used to play inside out. That was outside in, or then sometimes it's outside.
You heard Kenny say on an interview, he was like, that sounds like when Shaq was talking about his numbers, how he was the most dominant. Kenny said that sounds like the best player in the world to me. They call LeBron the best player in the world. And see, LeBron came up during the social media era, so it's more glorified or
highlight the ESPN thing.
Right.
You see the highlights. That's all you see. That's all they show is the highlights.
I'll say this. I'm gonna end it after that. With back to LeBron, I'm gonna finish this off. Like I think that the best comparison would be Shaq. He went to Miami. Just like I'm not saying that like the careers played out the exact same, and as far as like the timing. But he went to Miami with D Wade, won a championship. LeBron won 2.
Yeah.
D Wade got 4 championships or 3.
3.
I think.
No, he wasn't with them last year.
I think LeBron will finish his career with 4 championships, and I think his career going to play out just like a lot like Shaq's. I think he'll go to the Lakers like Shaq, and he'll win the ring. And I think his career going to play out a lot like Shaq's career.